And do you think so? So things like that in these conditions, we mentioned this before, under these conditions, these things are associated with longer lifespan, but it's very easy to imagine that such a mouse living out in the real world outside of assisted living, those things would actually be a huge liability.
Well, let's talk about the immune system for a minute. And I'm
Mm,
on thin ice here, and I really did rely on my immunologist colleagues at Calico and at the Jackson Laboratory to help us understand what the immune system changes were.
yeah.
And when animals went on these diets, the caloric restriction, one thing we noticed is reduced inflammation. And this is
Hmm.
definitely a good thing.
Yep.
We saw fewer inflammatory macrophages, and we presume based on that we have less inflammation. But there's a whole population of cells that are called NK. They're natural killer cells, and their job is to go sniffing around for viruses, tumor, bacteria, and set off the alarm bells and start the process of attacking the virus or getting rid of the bacteria or addressing the tumor. And these cell populations were badly depleted by the diets. So a mouse in the wild would be exposed to all kinds of pathogens, viruses everywhere. And if that mouse were deprived of calories to this extent, its immune system would not function well
Hmm.
and it would not survive.
Hmm. And is the basic interpretation there simply that is it basically a common sense interpretation? The immune system is important and it's metabolically expensive. There's a lot of fuel that needs to run an immune system to deal with an infection, clear it out. And therefore, if you substantially restrict the diet like this, it's probably not surprising that the immune system is not going to be able to run at full throttle.
I think that's absolutely true.